Hello, everyone. This is MOTO from Iconic Sports Agency. Today is June 26th. It's a Friday. The weather is it's cloudy out here. Right now in Japan, it's the rainy season. We will have this for another couple of weeks. And then after that, it becomes super hot. High humidity. It's hot. It gets in the Celsius. It's going to be in the 30s. At most, maybe 33 at most, maybe. But it's hot and humid, so you just can't stand outside. You're going to be dripping with sweat outside, just staying out, not even moving. So it's not the best time of the year, but still, I guess it's better than winter because it's so cold out here. Well, today I got some good news and one bad news. The first good news that I am going to talk about is that the Japanese Pro Baseball League has started last week. We've already had a couple games in, and it's looking good because we have not found anybody positive with the coronavirus, which is a good thing. Still no spectators, but we are able to watch it on TV. So we now have live sports, which is great. And we are going to have soccer this coming weekend, which will start with J2 League and the J3 Leagues coming this Saturday. And the week after, the 4th of July, we'll have J1, the top league in Japan. They will start next week. These are all good news. And the Japanese Baseball League and Soccer J League has just announced recently that they are trying to get spectators into the stadiums and ballparks by the 10th of July, which is just 2 weeks from now. This is great news, actually. They're not going to have full packed stadiums and ballparks. They're just going to limit little by little. They're going to have about 5,000 people at a time at first, or under 50% of the attendance. It depends on the stadiums. If they're smaller, they'll have it a smaller number, but it will be around 5,000 people. They're going to sit about 1.5 meters apart. They're going to have sanitizers everywhere around. I didn't get to see the full guidelines yet, but I'm pretty sure that you need to wear masks. And I don't think you can shout out because you don't want to spread the virus by spitting your saliva. So I don't think you need to probably be quiet. Well, you can probably say stuff, but maybe under the mask. So it will be different. It won't be the same how it used to be. It will be a different way of watching sports. Everything's going to change, but at least you will get sports back and you will be able to go back to the stadiums and ballparks or even courts. All the sports are going to start again, and hopefully we'll get spectators with full attendance by maybe August, hopefully. Then if everything starts running, I think we will have hopes for the Olympics next year in Tokyo. So my next topic is about something which is the bad news. I just have a feeling we won't have the Olympics next year. This is just my thought. And the reason why I say this is because what's going on in the world right now. Like, for instance, in the world of golf, PGA Tour, we just a couple of days ago, we just found out that there were a couple of the players and a couple of caddies who had tested positive for the coronavirus. We had the top-seeded tennis player, Novak Djokovic, who just tested positive in a tournament that they played in. Besides him, there were other couple of tennis players that got it. So it will not be easy. I don't think you can contain the virus. It depends on how you go with it or play through it. and especially if it's the Olympics. I know we have a more than a year to go, but I just can't see the Olympics going on in Japan right now. It's just that there are so many things that they have to take care of. We don't have a vaccine to the virus. What if there's an outbreak in Tokyo? Like somebody gets it, and we have the Olympics, and all of a sudden we got hundreds of people getting it, and then 200, and then multiplying like 400. 800. 1600. I mean, like, it just keeps, it's going to keep on growing. We won't have enough hospitals for these people if people are coming from other countries to go to the Olympics. It's, only with the Japanese, they may be able to go through it, but I'm not sure if everybody will be able to go through it if we have a lot more people coming in. I don't know, it's really sad. I was hoping to have Tokyo. I still remember, I think it was 2014, when they announced that Tokyo was going to be the host country for the 2020 Olympics. When they announced Tokyo, I remember that guy. I was so happy. I was watching it with my family, and I was hoping that when they have it, I'll take my whole family. My kids will be able to see it. I know that the COVID-19, this virus, will not go away. I mean, we will have to coexist from here on. And like I said, we don't have any vaccine to it yet. But I just hope by next year there's something that we can take care of. It's not just going to be just one country. It's going to be the whole world. We will have to try to get this taken care of. And then maybe the Olympics might happen. But right now, June of 2020, I just don't see it coming to Tokyo. Maybe I might have different opinions in a couple months. We'll see. But that's one of the bad and really sad topic of the week. But besides that, everything else looks good. See, the another thing why I say it's really sad is because recently they just announced that last year, 2019, the Rugby World Cup was held here in Japan. It was the first Asian country to host the Rugby World Cup, and it was probably one of the best. Well, best meaning as in revenue earning wise, because it is said that they've in yen they made almost 646.4 billion yen, which is equivalent in dollars is about over $6 billion. Oh, it was a success. It's more than they had it in 2015 in England. It's almost twice as much. And the reason why is probably, well, it is said that probably 240,000 people came into Japan from overseas. And per person, the lodge, hotels, and probably food, drinks, and booze, probably these people like to drink, I heard. So they probably dropped about 680,000 yen, which is, well, equivalent to they probably use $6,000 per person. So that's equivalent to almost, well, over $3 billion. They just dropped $3 billion in Japan for that. And that made almost half of the revenue, which, it's a good thing. It was a great thing. Another great thing was Japan had a great result. Well, they did lose in the semifinals against the South African team, which they ended up winning the whole thing. It was a great run. They beat, at the time, the world number 2, which were the Ireland team. They even beat the higher ranked Scotland team. I think they were undefeated in their pool. Great run. It was fun to watch. I watched all the games. I wasn't a rugby fan at the time, but I guess watching it, I got to learn the whole rules, and it was fun. It was fascinating. I just I'm so used to watching the so-called American football, which is the NFL in the U.S. It's totally different, but it was fun to watch. I got to learn a lot, the rules and how they play. It was a great show, and everybody loved it, and I think it was a success. So at the same time, if we did have the Olympics this year, I think we would have had another success. And economy-wise, I think Japan would have been really great. But unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is still on. It's postponed till next year, but we're not, like I said, we're not sure if we're going to have it next year. I just hope things get better worldwide. We just got to wait and see. Like I said, I might have different opinions in a couple of months from now, but I'm just crossing my finger, and I just hope we get to have the Olympics here in Tokyo 2021. The last topic is a funny incident that happened. I don't know if you can say it funny, but a strange incident that happened during a baseball game. Well, probably you will know if you're into Major League Baseball that there were the sign stealing scandal, which the Houston Astros did during their whole season when they won their World Series. Well, I don't know if you call this a sign stealing. It's just it is kind of funny. But during a baseball game against the Chunichi Dragons and the Yakult Swallows, they had the TV booth right behind basically the home plate. Well, usually when they have baseball, they're spectators. You have all these people, shouting or talking, or have these instruments going on. I mean, you have crazy noise going on. So if a guy from the TV booth was saying something, I mean, nobody can hear it. It's really hard to hear all these noise. But actually, because it was so quiet, that the TV announcers were saying stuff they were saying stuff for the TV. There was an incident where the TV announcer said, "Oh, you can see the catcher's having his mitt in the inside corner." Actually, when he said that, all the people around could hear him. So even the batters could hear him. So what that means is that the batters know that the ball was coming inside. So that's how it was a weird incident. They're saying that because you can hear everything what these people were saying, even all the tactics or even technical things that they were describing on. It was like I said, it was for TV, but actually these batters and all the catchers around and the people around, they could hear everything. So this weird incident where later on they told the TV producers and all the TV production companies they need to lower their voice or have it in a different area to speak out for the TV commentating. So it's kind of weird. At first I didn't understand what it was saying. They're just basically saying that they're telling the batters where the ball was coming or what kind of pitches that the pitcher can throw, or how he's going to throw it, where he's going to throw it. I mean, it was kind of weird. Like I said, it was meant for TV, but it ended up kind of like it was an advantage for the batters. So they have to keep their voices down. That's something that doesn't come around, because usually when you have a baseball game, we have the crazy noise and everything, but I guess because there's no spectators and it's so quiet that you can hear everybody talking. So that's kind of a weird incident, but that just happened a few days ago, so I just thought I'd just bring it up. Anyways, I don't know if you liked it or not, but I thought it was funny. So there you have it this week. Hopefully Still, the COVID-19 pandemic is still going on right now, but hopefully it gets better. But I think it was 2 days ago in Tokyo, we just had, or 3 days ago, we just had 55 more people testing positive for the virus. Hitting over 50 was the last time we had it. I think it was beginning of May. So when there's a sudden spike, everybody gets kind of paranoid, I guess. And these commentators on TV, or the so-called the specialists, I guess, the COVID-19 specialists, is saying that it could be the second wave. But I mean, you just never know. The only thing I could say is, if it's not urgent or if it's not work, just stay home, wash our hands as much as possible, wear masks, and just stay safe. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.